Okay, hello there everyone. I'm going to be doing a video on what's been going on in regard to Hurricane Ian that made landfall today in the state of Florida, specifically on the southwestern side of the state. I want to mention that I do have relatives who live in the Fort Myers area, and they thankfully left the area where they were on the water when they did. They're staying safe. They're further inland away from the shore. That is the main thing. This storm made landfall today as a Cat 4. We are going to read the official National Hurricane Center statement. I feel in the best interest, and I really don't want to show flooding or damaged homes or anything like that. That is stuff that you can see on social media, on your local newscast, and yes, even the Weather Channel, which I have on in the background right now, and they have been doing a phenomenal job covering this. Jim Cantone today even got hit by a tree while reporting, and I was literally coming home as Jim was live on the air getting hit by a tree today. So, weird coincidence, but so what I want to do is show you the radar, and then we're going to read the official statement of landfall. And then what I want to do is discuss the 11 p.m. track. I figured 11 p.m. would be appropriate to give an update since we would have the most accurate information from the National Hurricane Center in Miami, Florida. So without further ado, I want to take you now to the latest live radar image, because this was the official image I got from NOAA earlier this afternoon as the eye made landfall in the Fort Myers area. This is the radar as of 11 p.m. on Thursday, September 28th, 2022. As you can see here, and we will zoom in to the best of our abilities. I want to zoom into this general vicinity, and we'll wait for the radar to load. As you can see here, and a lot of meteorologists have been correctly predicting this, and we'll draw a line to give you an idea of where the heaviest rain is. It's a little bit further east of Tampa, so this shade right there is Tampa, because you can't see it with the radar going the way it is. Obviously, right now, you are looking at a situation on the satellite right here from NOAA. I can correctly show you where the eye is. So, eye is somewhere around here. That's where the eye is on the official NOAA radar. So this is what we're going with right here. Now, what we want to do is again go back to this map. This is very important. What I want to show you is where this is going to be moving within the next, I would say, 9 to 12 hours. This is going to move directly into Orlando. See that? That's where my arrow is. Orlando is where we're going to see this storm go. But I want to show you the next important thing. So what I want to do is clear everything. Can we clear everything? should be able to... Yes, that's the one. So now, what I want to do is show you this. This is Jacksonville. Pretend that this is a dandelion. The dandelion represents Jacksonville. Jacksonville, Florida will be next. I'm seeing in the Weather Channel right now that tropical storm force winds are expected. By this time tomorrow, from Tampa all the way to Jacksonville, Florida, and even as west as Tallahassee, there will be wind effects from this storm. The 11 p.m. advisory has just come out. And what we're going to do next is show you that 11 p.m. advisory. We're not going to do what we did in the old days. Oh, I would read the extended graphs. I want to show you the track. That's the most important thing I need to show you. Then I'm going to show you the wind forecast. And then I will show you the official flooding forecast, because we do have that available. First things first, before we go to the official 11 p.m. advisory, I'm going to read this. This is more important to read at the moment. So, this was sent out by the National Hurricane Center at 3:05 p.m. on Thursday, September 28, 2022. The Eye of Ian made landfall along the coastline of Cayo Costa, Florida. The maximum sustained winds, 150 miles per hour, 940 on the MB scale. So the way you look at it, that's the correct estimation. So again, now what we want to do is go directly to National Hurricane Center's website. Okay, now we're on the National Hurricane Center's website. This is the 11 p.m. advisory. So now I can show you what the bad news looks like for the South Carolina coastline. Now I am understanding why meteorologists as far north as Myrtle Beach are taking this storm seriously. Now, originally, we thought that this storm was going to directly hit Savannah, Georgia on Friday morning. Well, this cone of uncertainty has shifted further to the east, thus explaining why officials in South Carolina, along with Georgia, are taking this very, very seriously. Tropical storm warnings have been issued as far north as North Carolina at this time. So now what we want to do is draw the line and make the assumption, we can make the assumption now, that around here would be where the next landfall is on Friday morning. Okay, that's Friday morning right there. So, obviously, again, we want to be very cautious in this forecast, but we also want to understand here that Jacksonville, Florida is not out of the woods. This could be their fate tomorrow night, at this time tomorrow. So now, what we're going to do is take a look at the rainfall forecast. This is what we want. So, you're looking a little bit further north of Daytona Beach. See the purple? Look at those purple colors. 15 to 20 inches of rain expected. As much as 6 to 10 inches expected in Jacksonville, Florida. 6 to 10 inches expected in Savannah, Georgia. And that number could go extended all the way up to Charleston, South Carolina. However, and as I just mentioned, meteorologists as far north as Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, are taking the storm seriously, as this track could move by tomorrow. So if you're anywhere along the Georgia-South Carolina coastline, you need to take the preparations now, as a possible Cat 1 hurricane, maybe a Cat 2, could in fact impact you. Because the past couple of days we've known about Tampa, we've known about Fort Myers, we've even known about Orlando getting an impact. But now the real possibility of the Georgia-South Carolina coastline is next. So now what we want to do is go to Storm Surge. Here we go. You're looking right now about 4 to 6 feet of storm surge all the way up the coastline, Georgia, South Carolina. 2 to 4 feet North Carolina, South Carolina border. So that's the situation right there. Now, in terms of rainfall, we already went into that. I want to go into is the flash flooding. Don't be surprised if Savannah, all the way up to Charleston, and maybe even Myrtle Beach sees flash flooding. There is a good possibility the Grand Strand could be next. Lastly, winds. That's what we want to know. Because I am watching the Weather Channel right now, and I'm seeing Jim Cantoni getting blown over from earlier footage they shot today. So the winds it's very important. That's what Jim Cantoni tries to tell us on the Weather Channel. 8 a.m. Georgia coastline, all the way to 2 p.m. tomorrow. Savannah, Georgia. Again, start taking your preparations now, because this is the time I would recommend to get off the shoreline of Savannah. Because we saw what happened in Fort Myers today. You do not want to chance it with this storm. Absolutely not. Then you're looking at South Carolina. By early Friday morning, you're in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Thursday night, you need to get away from the shore. Because a Jim Cantoni on live television can get trampled over by a tree branch. Please, don't do something that you will regret, like the people in Florida did. You know, they're staying safe, they hunkered down and survived, they're the lucky ones. But I am just issuing a side of caution. That's why the elected officials in South Carolina and Georgia have been giving you updates since as early as, believe it or not, Tuesday. Almost in the Thursday now. So last but not least, I want to go to the power outages to wrap up this update. So we're now going to take a look. Now, the Weather Channel has mentioned that we have 7-foot storm surge reported in Fort Myers. Looking at Lee County right now, about 75% of the county has no power. This is where Fort Myers is. Obviously, FPL, majority of their customers are out. Lekep, Majority of LEPCAP is out, which doesn't surprise me. And I know LEPCAP very, very well. It's Lee County Power Cooperative. Charlotte County's pretty much out. So, the way you look at it, Sarasota County, Manatee County, Hillsborough County, this is Tampa. Mind you, this is Tampa. Pinellas County, I know Pinellas County. This is Clearwater. So, Marion County is starting to see some outages at this time. And here's Brevard County. And the reason why I'm taking a look at Brevard County is a friend of mine does have interest in that area. So, look at that. I mean, let's see orange where Orlando is. Yeah, Orlando seeing outages. No surprise there. Wouldn't surprise me if Duval, St. Johns County saw outages by this time tomorrow. That's Jacksonville. I know exactly where that is. So I know Florida pretty well. So this is, again, something very, very alarming. So I want to go to the most outages that are being reported right now on the grid. So LECAP is reporting 202,659 outages at this time. Oh, wow. Look at that. Tampa Electric, 261,686 without power. Land Lake Electric, 53,507 without power. The most important ones I want to get to are Duke Energy, 365,040. But this is, again, out of all the FPLC customers, again, you're looking at about 75% of the FPLC system without power. 1,097,951 customers. This is the latest number as of 11:03 p.m. this evening. Are without electricity. So, that out of the way, we're going to wrap up this update. Let me move this to the left, that way you can get a good view of it. So we leave you with the latest radar image, and I will be giving another update tomorrow evening, because these 11 p.m. updates I feel are more tailored to what I can cover for you all. So, again, Jacksonville, Florida, Savannah, Georgia, Charleston, South Carolina. Again, this is the time to prepare. This is the time to start getting ready, because you've seen what happened in Fort Myers today. You've seen what happened in Tampa. You're going to see what's going to happen in Orlando later this morning. Obviously, I know I'm talking far advanced because it's almost midnight Eastern, but this is the time to hunker down or leave if they're telling you to leave. Don't stay behind if you can. So, thoughts and prayers out to everybody who have been affected so far, and a lot more are going to be affected. Thank you very much for watching, and enjoy the rest of your evening.